Egypt is going to be one of the most epic trips you'll ever do. I know you have not even gone yet, but you're probably here because you're in the middle of planning a trip and looking for a travel guide that's going to dish out all the things to know before going to Egypt. You have come to the right place then. So let's dig into the practical things you're already asking yourself in your head or going to be really soon as you delve deeper. The ancient land, 97% desert with the world's longest river running through it, it encompasses more than 6,000 years of history and culture that is both world famous and mysterious, so posing questions that even the most learned experts still cannot answer. Since the founding of a unified kingdom by King Namr around 3150 BC, Egypt has been the stage upon which a long history of invasion, outward expansion, vast building products, and much more things are laid upon. Egyptians themselves long referred to the unified country as Tawi, meaning two lands. As its culture evolved and flourished as outlined below, it always remained distinctively Egyptian in its religion, culture, arts, language, customs, despite the many wars, foreign occupations, and other forces that have shaped the people and environment over the past 6,000 years. So before moving towards more details, let's talk about a few facts regarding the country. The currency of Egypt is Egyptian pound, which is approximately equals to 0.06 US dollars. Here, ATMs are relatively easy in cities, but since you'll be spending a lot of time outside of populated areas, you'll need to carefully plan and manage your money. When we talk about the language, the official language of the country is Arabic. When we talk about Egyptian society and culture, Islam is practiced by the majority of Egyptians and governors, their personal, political, and economic and legal lives as well. When we talk about the pricing encompassing during the trip to Egypt, there are a few things which you need to consider. So how much money will you need for your trip to Egypt is the main question. You should plan to spend about $24 per day on your vacation in Egypt, which is average daily price based on the expenses of other visitors. Past travelers have spent on average $6.13 on meals for one day and $3.74 on local transportation. Also, the average hotel price in Egypt for a couple is $26. So a trip to Egypt for two people for 1 week costs on average $342. All of these average travel prices have been collected from other travelers to help you plan your own travel budget. A vacation to Egypt for 1 week usually costs around 2731 Egyptian dollar, a currency, for one person. Now let's talk about the most significant and the most beautiful places for you to visit in Egypt. So in the list, for sure, the number one is the Pyramids of Giza. Many travelers think of the Pyramid of Giza as the epitome of Egypt and its culture, and they are right to do so. The Pyramids of Giza are rightfully one of the 7 wonders of the world. The complexity and sophistication of the Pyramids of Giza have left archaeologists shocked. It took over 1 lakh workers and a highly skilled team of masons, surveyors, mathematicians to make them. Set with a maze of confusing passages to protect the great pharaohs and their treasures, these pyramids make for a wondrous sight for everyone. Number 2 in the list is Cairo. The capital of Egypt is the perfect introduction to the country's heritage, with districts showcasing its layered, rich history. For instance, there is a Coptic district as well as an Islamic district for you to explore, featuring notable sites such as Al-Azhar Mosque, the ancient medieval gate for Bab Zuela, and of course Cairo houses the epitome of grace. Number 3 in the list is Alexandria. Sitting on Egypt's northern coast alongside the gorgeous Mediterranean Sea is Alexandria, the city founded by the legendary Alexander the Great. It's notable for its blend of ancient glory and elements of modernity. Travelers can enjoy colorful pubs and restaurants along the beach, as well as visits of the ruins of Pharaohs, the lighthouse that was considered one of the wonders of the ancient world. To learn more about the city's past, a quick trip to the Alexandria National Museum should be included in your literature. Number 4 in the list is Aswan and Temple of Philae. Set on the winding curves of the mystic Nile, Aswan is touted as one of the most tranquil towns of Egypt. In between kicking back and watching river life go by, travelers can head out to explore the nearby Elephanatic and Kitcheneric islands, and the Temple of Philae, known as the most beautiful Egyptian temples. The Temple of Isis is the largest monument on the islands, with walls sculptured with the tales of Platonic kings and Roman emperors. Number 5 in the list is Zamalek. The majority of the hipster restaurants and arty boutiques in Cairo are located within the district of Zamalek. You'll also find lavish Belle Epoque mansions and wide parlors lined with jacaranda trees here. The entire region takes you down the mid-19th century lane. There's a clutch of art galleries to explore that includes the Palace of Arts, one of the most active art galleries in Egypt, that are housed in Nile Grand Hall. With scheduled rotating exhibitions, there is something new to explore for you every week. Number 6 is Karnak and Luxor temples. The temples of Luxor and Karnak are only second to the Great Pyramids of Giza when it comes to immensity and significance. Karnak is one of the most significant and largest temple complexes in the world. One pharaoh after another added to the structure of hundreds of years to finally complete the 4 sections of the temple. Number 7 in the list is Valley of the Kings. Located near Luxor, the Valley of the King is where ancient Egyptians royalty were buried, including the tombs of King Tutankhamun, Ramesses II, Amenhotep II, and Seti I. To date, over 60 lavish and opulent tombs have been excavated in the valley. Nearby is Biban al-Harim, the Valley of Queens, which has around 75 tombs, out of which 4 are open. Number 8 in the list is Hurghada. Hurghada, located at the Red Sea, is one of the most visited sites in Egypt. It consists of 3 main centers and a number of self-contained tourist villages. At Dahar, which lies in the north, houses more than half of the local population and has some of the most expensive hotels and restaurants in Hurghada. To the south is Sigala, and further down south you'll reach New Hurghada, which is upheat area filled with hotels and markets. So it was a list of our top visited places and most significant and wonderful places of Egypt. There are a lot more things to see which you can see and visit when you actually go there. Here was a guide for you people to how to spend your money and how you can buy easy accommodation and beautiful scenic view. So if you have something else to tell us, please share your thoughts and ideas or guide in comment section. That's all for today's video. Thank you. Dubai is mostly used as a stopover destination for travelers flying in and out on Emirates. While Dubai can easily be a stopover city where you hit the big sites in a couple of days, there is a surprising amount of things to do here for those looking to spend more time. I loved my time in Dubai more than I thought I would. It's a city trapped between the old and the new. A place in a conservative culture with old world customs, while at the same time a Middle Eastern Vegas where anything goes on. I was surprised how much there was to do in the city and how even a week I barely scratched the surface. Dubai is a fascinating multicultural city that deserves a lot more than a stopover, and I thought and I hope that you will use this guide to help plan a trip that won't break your budget. So in this video, we'll take you to a travel guide about the world famous Dubai. When we talk about the history of human settlement in the area now defined by the United Arab Emirates is rich and complex at the same time, because it points to extensive trading links between the civilizations of the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia, but also as far afield as the Levant. Archaeological finds in the Emirate of Dubai, particularly at Al-Ashrosh and Al-Sufouh, and the notably rich trove over Saruq al-Hadid. Similarly, an early mention of Dubai was about in 1095 in the Book of Geography by Andalusian Arab geographer Abu Abdullah al-Bakri. When we talk about the hostel prices, hostels are not that common in Dubai. There are only a few here, and most charge between 100 to 120 Arab Emirates dirham for a basic dorm. If you want a private room, expect to pay between 250 to 375 Arab Emirates dirham. Most will include free Wi-Fi and many such facilities for you people. When we talk about transportation costs, the metro, while not extensive, is efficient and well maintained, and the public buses can take you anywhere. A single fare will cost between 4 to 8.5 Arab Emirates dirham to travel, or a pass of about 20 Arab Emirates dirham to travel around the cities in Dubai. Taxes are allowed on the different parts or the different vehicles. When we talk about taxis, they are cheap side, but if you want to travel a lot long route on taxis, this will cost you more and more. When we talk about the most beautiful sights in Dubai, there are much more. The scenic view and picturesque views in modern and old Dubai are beautiful for anyone to observe. So we here are providing you a list for your guidance. So in our list, the number one is Burj Al Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. No Dubai sightseeing trip is complete without a visit to the building that has come to symbolize the city more than any other. The world's tallest freestanding structure, rising to an almost unbelievable height of 829.8 meters, the Burj Al Khalifa is not to be missed. A visit to the top observation deck on the 124th floor office, you can observe picturesque and fundamentally fantastic views. In our list, number 2 is Dubai Aquarium. It is another unmissable sight in Dubai. It is called as Dubai Aquarium and it's a home to 140 colorful species of fishes and other sea life. The main tank holds 10 million liters of water and amongst hundreds of sharks and rays is the largest collection of sand tiger sharks in the world. Situated on the ground floor of Dubai Mall, it is possible to view the main massive tank from above. In our list, number 3 is the Palm Jumeirah. This man-made island is the shape of a palm tree. The Palm Jumeirah is where you'll find many of Dubai's finest hotels, including the iconic Atlantis. This enormous hotel is also home to Adventurous Water Park, which boasts the world's largest and longest water slide, as well as another beautiful view called as Drops 9 Stories. This is a huge stretch of child-friendly sand and the chance to go on underwater safari using sea-track helmets. Number 4 in the list is Dera. You'll find a number of Dubai points of interest in Dera, the oldest part of the city. Lying on the northern side of Dubai Creek, the area's twisting roads are home to a melee of people and cultures that call Dubai home. Most famous for its souks and markets, it's a world away from Dubai Mall. Here you will rub shoulders with locals while delivering into the world's largest crowd. Number 5 in the list is Burj Al Arab. Burj Al Arab is the tallest hotel in the world. Though it cannot be complete with the heady heights of the Burj Al Khalifa, the Burj Al Arab does lay claim to being the world's tallest hotel at 321 meters high. Sitting on its own dedicated island, its claim is really true. The architecture echoes the shape of a traditional dhow in full sail, a type of merchant ship that has been plying the waters around the Emirates for centuries. Come nightfall, the exterior is lit up with beautiful lights and views for the travelers on the top of the building. Now, an important thing is to know that what is the best time to visit Dubai. The best time to visit Dubai is from November to February, when you can experience the best of Dubai. The desert and outdoor activities to exciting events and live entertainments. March, April, September and October are ideal for those who want a laid-back holiday without the crowds. But thanks to the ingenious architecture and building technology to keep cool, there's always something to do in Dubai all year long. But still, if you're allergic and you do not like summers, then it's not really time in summer to travel to Dubai. So you need to plan your trip right according to your needs, your choices, and your pocket for sure. So it was guide for traveling to Dubai. We hope that you like it, and if you have anything to tell us, then please guide us and share your ideas in the comment section. We look forward to meet you again in another video. Goodbye. Iraq is one of the easternmost countries of the Arab world, located at about the same latitude as the southern United States. It is bordered to the north by Turkey, to the east by Iran, to the west by Syria and Jordan, and to the south by Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. Iraq has 36 miles of coastline along the northern end of the Persian Gulf. As far as history is concerned, during ancient times, lands that are now constituted in the form of a country, Iraq, were known as Mesopotamia, a region whose extensive alluvial plains gave rise to some of the world's earliest civilizations, including those of Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, and Assyria. Iraq gained formal independence in 1932 but remained subject to British imperial influence during the next quarter century of the turbulent monarchical rule. Iraq was also indulged in few wars like Iran-Iraq War and Persian Gulf War. Till now, Iraq faces backlashes of these events. As far as the language is concerned, more than 3/4 of the people speak Arabic, which is the official language of the country. Other than Arabic, most other languages are also spoken, including English and much more. Iraq is predominantly by Muslim country, in which the two major sects of Islam are represented more equally than in any other state.
هيدر هيدر عم الآخر هيدر 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 صوب كوثر هيدر 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 أي مظلوم فاتح هيدر هيدر فاتح خيبر هيدر 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 عم الآخر.
When we talk about the most important tourist destinations in Iraq, the number one in the list is Imam Hussein's Shrine. Imam Hussein's Shrine is the mosque and burial site of Hussein ibn Ali, the third Imam of Shia Islam in the city of Karbala, Iraq. It stands on the site of the mausoleum of Hussein, who was a grandson of Muhammad, near the place where he was martyred during the Battle of Karbala in 680. The tomb of Hussein is one of the holiest places in Shia Islam outside of Mecca and Medina, and many take pilgrimages to this site.
میبینم چه بغضی توی صداته یا زهرا داری روی لب قربون دستای لرزونت بابا پر خون زلف پریش.
Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib Shrine. This shrine is located in Najaf, which is a city in Iraq, and is the place where he was buried. For many years after his demise, the location of this grave was a secret, which was discovered later. Currently, there is a magnificent structure which is comprised of 4 gates, 5 porches, and a large courtyard, and much more. Following the collapse of Saddam Hussein and the presence of Iranians, the shrine is being expanded.
کمربند زر
Similarly, the third in the list is Erbil, Kurdistan. Erbil, which is also known in ancient history as Arbela and also spelled as Erbil and Arbil, is the capital and the most populated city in the Kurdistan region in northern Iraq. Human settlement in Erbil may be dated back to the 5th millennium BC, which would make the city one of the oldest inhabited city in the whole world. There are many places to visit in this particular place, and it is considered as one of the most important tourist destinations in this place.
تاریک تاریک حیدر مونده تنها تنها عمری این غم قاتل قلبت بوده وقتی پر زد دیدی که ابرو کبوده میسوختی و میگفتی یار جوونم.
Number 4 in the list is Al Javidan Holy Shrine. This shrine is located in the Qadimian suburb of Baghdad, which is a part of Iraq. It contains the tombs of the 7th and the 9th Imams of a sect in Islam, respectively Musa al-Kazim and his grandson Muhammad al-Jawad. And similarly, a lot of tombs are located in this place. So if you're on a religious visit, you must visit this particular place.
حیدر 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 حیدر.
Number 5 in the list is Baghdadi Museum. Baghdadi Museum is a local historical museum located in and about the capital city of Baghdad. It was established in 1970. This museum is situated near the river Tigris. It features 70 scenes from different periods using life-size models presenting Baghdadi life.
حیدر حیدر اول آخر حیدر 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 ساقی کوثر حیدر.
Number 6 in the list is Great Mosque of Kufa. The Great Mosque of Kufa, which is also called as Masjid al-Kufa, is located in Kufa, Iraq, and it's one of the earliest and holiest surviving mosques in the world. The mosque, built in the 7th century, was home to Ali ibn Talib, the 4th caliph in Islam, and contains remains of many tombs. Number 7 in the list is Babylon. Babylon, which is called as the most historical and ancient city having the civilization of Mesopotamia, also called as Babylonia, it is one of the most important and most visited tourist destinations in the world. It is located near the Euphrates River, about 55 miles south of Baghdad, lie near the modern town of Al-Ilah, Iraq. Number 8 in the list is Dukhan Lake. Lake Dukhan or Dukhan Lake is the largest lake in Iraq. It is located close to the city of Rania and is a reservoir on the Little Zab created by the construction of Dukhan Dam. The Dukhan Dam was built between 1954 and 1959 and is a multi-purpose dam to provide water storage, irrigation, and much more. Prior to flooding of Lake Dukhan, the area has been subjected to archaeological research, so it is a beautiful place to visit. Number 9 in the list is Basra Times Square. As far as the name Basra is concerned, it awakens grim memories. It is a city in southern Iraq that British troops spent 4 years trying to stabilize following the US invasion in 2003.
It is where dozens of British soldiers lost their lives and from which they were eventually driven by the relentless and lethal attacks of various Islamic militants. Attacked on, Basra is still governed by Iranian-backed Islamist politicians, and it remains an unprepossessing city to look at. I'm somewhat surprised, therefore, when an Iraqi friend suggests we spend an evening at the city's new mall, a mall in Basra, I usually question to myself. But Basra Times Square is one of the beautiful malls in the country, and you should must visit it as well. Number 10 in the list is Al-Shahid Monument. The Al-Shahid Monument was built under the regime of Saddam Hussein during his push to fill Baghdad with lasting monuments during the 1970s and 80s. So in retrospect, it may strike some as a tripling artifact from a passport's rule, but it's hard to deny that it's a stunning work. The towering memorial was completed in 1983, designed by Iraqi sculptor. So this was a list of top 10 tourist attractions in Iraq. Now, if you have any comment, you want to share something to us, or if you have any query, you can tell us in the comment section. That's all from this video. Thank you.
Emperors, poets, traders, warriors, religious pilgrims, explorers. Over the centuries, all have found themselves drawn to the diverse and beautiful land, which is now known as Turkey. Even today, Turkey ranks among the top travel destinations in the world, thanks to such attractions as stylish Istanbul, which has one of the globe's youngest populations, the chic beach town along the Aegean and Mediterranean coasts, the wealth of world-class historic sites and ruins, and the unforgettable landscapes of desert spots like Cappadocia. Add to the incredible cuisine, the famous bazaars and artisan trades, and the decent human spa traditions, and it's clear that Turkey travel offers something for everyone. When we talk about the history of Turkey, Turkey has a settled history that dates back more than 4,000 years, making it one of the longest surviving civilizations in the world. However, modern Turkey really began after the fall of Ottoman Empire after World War I. The Ottomans took control of Anatolian Peninsula during the 15th century, and their authority over the region lasted until the empire's decline in the 19th and 20th century. The Ottoman Empire fought on the side of the Central Powers during World War I, and although they were eventually defeated, millions of people from minority populations such as Armenians, Greeks, and much more were displaced from their homes and killed, which is still denied by the Turkish government today. After the war, the Allied powers occupied the area, promoting the Turkish nationalist movement in 1918. When we talk about the public transport system, there are huge public transport systems in Turkey, such as local buses, taxis, minibuses, tram, and metro.
Your choice of transport will depend on how quickly you want to get from A to B. When we talk about local buses, all towns and cities have plentiful local buses which are cheap to use. You can purchase a smart ticket for a small deposit, which, when loaded with credit, can be used not only on the buses but on the metro, tram, and ferries as well. When we talk about minibuses are a useful alternative to local buses and run on a standard routes posted on the front screen of the vehicle. Similarly, same is the case for taxis, which are plentiful and you can achieve anyone, anytime, and most of the places. When we talk about rail transport, metro and tram are included in it. Turkey's metro system of underground and surface rapid transit trains is growing quickly. Major cities of Turkey now have the underground metros. You need to buy the smart ticket to travel by metro. As far as tram is concerned, several cities have now overground trams, which are a quick and efficient way of getting around. Now, if we talk about the top 10 places to visit in Turkey, number 1 is Ankara. Often overshadowed by Istanbul, Ankara is the capital of Turkey. It is full of culture, markets, and steep cobblestone streets. Enjoy exploring the many historic museums and the Kalesi, which is called as Ankara Castle. The Roman baths of Ankara are an extension of the castle. So spend some time walking through the open-air museum to get a feeling of what the 3rd century was like. Similarly, when we talk about the number 2, we have Anatolia. Here, you can spend the summer cooling off on the beachfront and the winter skiing in the mountains above. In this unique city, you can visit waterfalls, ancient ruins, and find markets scattered throughout the winding streets. So you can enjoy a stunning coastal walk from Anatolia port to the beach. Number 3 is Bodrum. Bodrum is a bustling town found on the coastal Aegean region of Turkey. Meander through the laneways, admire the street art, plants, and blue-framed windows. Enjoy the shopping in the Bodrum Bazaar and relax with a Turkish tea. Take in history at the Bodrum Castle and look out upon the blue waters. Number 4 is Çanakkale, home to the iconic Trojan house that Brad Pitt once mastered in the movie Troy. This cute seaport town is well worth a visit. It is full of quirky shops, delicious lokma, which is a dish of this city, and a plenty of seafront bars. It is a perfect mix between a history and small city life. A local dolmuses, which is minibus, will take you to the grounds of the ancient city of Troy as well. Number 5 is Cappadocia. Cappadocia is famous for its unique rock fountains and formations. Frequent volcanic eruptions, small earthquakes, and years of erosion form one-of-a-kind cone-shaped chimneys. The locals refer to these formations as fairy chimneys. Networks of homes and churches carved into the rock face formed the underground cities we see today. There is no better way to witness the fairy chimneys than a hot air balloon ride over the valley. Number 6 is Chesme. Chesme is a historic town surrounded by white sandy beaches. The old town is home to a stunning restored fortress and castle. Filled with markets and good food, it is a great place to soak up the local atmosphere. So you can enjoy your time swimming in the turquoise waters of Lika Beach and feeling the sand between your toes. Number 7 is Phesis. Phesis was once the trade center of the ancient world. Wander back in time through the brilliantly preserved ruins of temples and historic gates. Phesis is home to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the world. This spectacular temple is well preserved and can't be missed. Number 8 is Izmir. Izmir is full of street markets, many spots to enjoy a Turkish tea, and fresh air by the seafront. It is a bustling market area for both tourists and locals. Wander through the town to admire the Konak Square and a beautiful clock tower. Continue along the promenade to the Konar Pier and a great place for food, drinks, and great view. Number 9 is Pamukkale. Pamukkale is a natural cotton castle where mineral-rich waters drip down the white mountainous side to create stunning blue-filled terraces. Legend has it these thermal pools have healing powers, so why not test it with a quick dip? Be sure to remove your shoes when visiting the area to avoid unnecessary erosion of the historical site. And number 10 is none other than Istanbul. Istanbul is full of scenic rooftop restaurants and bars surrounding the many mosques. Spend the day getting lost in busy street markets and taste hundreds of local teas and herbs at the spice markets. Soak up the culture inside the 17th century Blue Mosque and don't miss the Hagia Sophia, an impressive cathedral built in 537 anno, which is now converted into mosque. So this was all from this video regarding Turkey. Now you can share your ideas and any guidance if you want to give us in the comment section. That's all for this. Thank you. My traveling around Morocco was challenging, but it was a reminder that the best part of travel is learning to be comfortable being uncomfortable. From the high Atlas mountains to the desert to the coasts, Morocco is an amazing country that hits all a traveler's senses. You may love it or hate it, but you'll walk away from a better traveler because you went. As far as the history of Morocco is concerned, the traditional domain of indigenous people, now collectively known as Berbers, Morocco has been subjected to extensive migration and has long been the location of urban communities as well. Morocco is considered as a Muslim country due to highest amount of concentration of Muslims in the country. As far as public transportation is concerned, it can be hit or miss in Morocco. The bigger cities like Marrakesh and Casablanca have public bus services, but the buses are incredibly old and overcrowded, and all the routes are hard to figure out. Instead, most people use petite taxis to get around town. They are small vehicles that can hold up to 3 people, and they're prevalent all around the country. They are very cheap, although there may be a subcharge after 8 p.m. To ensure you get a fair fare, negotiate your price up front. There are also grand taxis in the city, which are shared taxis that can carry up to 6 passengers. So if you can choose it, it will be quite economical for your pocket and you will visit many places using them. As far as food is concerned, eating in Morocco can be extremely cheap, especially if you eat at the main markets. A pot of mint tea costs between 8 to 10 local currency, which is approximately $1. So if you want to eat at the beautiful places like hotels, resorts and restaurants, you can cost more like $10, which is also very less as compared to other tourist destinations. Now, when we talk about the top 10 tourist destinations, the Meknes should be at number 1. Meknes, despite of its old age and architecture, it makes its way to the list of the top best places to visit in Morocco. It is located in the north of the country and is a 9th century Medina and also one of the country's previous capitals. On your visit here, while you might feel that it's not as fine as other cities to visit in Morocco, but the Royal Palace and other major historical sites are an ideal stop to learn about Morocco's culture. The Roman ruins of Volobels are the most important tourist destinations at this place. Number 2 in the list is Asila. Situated on the Morocco's North Atlantic coast, seaside Asila is popular amongst the tourists and citizens as a hot summer spot. Apart from the sandy beaches, the city walls covered in colorful murals also make the city one of the top Morocco places to visit. If you are here during August, don't forget to attend the town's vibrant annual arts festival, which makes it every youngster's favorite city in Morocco. Paradise Beach is the most important and beautiful tourist destination or attraction in this place. Number 3 in the list is High Atlas. Being North Africa's highest mountain range, High Atlas is popularly known as the Mountain of Mountains. This place is a paradise for trekkers, especially from spring to autumn. It runs diagonally across Morocco for approximately 1,000 kilometers, and its sawtooth Jurassic peaks act as a weather barrier. Jabal Tabakkul is the most beautiful tourist attraction of this place. Number 4 in the list is Mogador or Essaouira. Essaouira is one of the top Morocco tourist attractions, and not just because it's a great city to get away from the heat and monotony of the big city's lifestyle, but also because it's a place where season 3 of the Game of Thrones was shot. What makes it more popular is that back in the 60s, the seaside town was a popular beach hangout for celebrities like Bob Marley and much more. You never know, you might just end up meeting your favorite celebrity on your visit to this beautiful tourist attraction place. Essaouira Citadel is the most beautiful attraction in this city. Number 5 in the list is Chefchaouen. Set amidst the Rif Mountains, it is also known as Blue City, in a small town in a huge landscape. Amongst all the Morocco sites to visit, this one is popular for solo traveling and exploring the town's famous blue and white painted houses. The people are also super friendly, so we'll surely get to revel in some sweet hospitality here that makes this one of the top places to visit in Morocco. Don't forget to check out the quiet Ras El Mia and much more important places in it. Number 6 in the list is Sahara Desert. This desert is absolutely a must visit when you are in Morocco. From watching the gorgeous sunset over the dunes to gazing at the sky full of bright stars at night, every experience in the desert is captivating and unforgettable. Make sure that out of all the best places to visit in Morocco, you do keep a few days for a trip to the Sahara Desert, one of the finest places to travel in Morocco. Merzouga is the beautiful tourist attraction of this place. Number 7 in the list is Rabat, which is the capital city. Situated on the coast, Rabat is the country's capital and one of the top Morocco tourist attractions. The year-round good weather and the tranquil Morocco beaches are only a couple of reasons behind this popularity. Its exotic experience make it one of the best places in Morocco. The city has a new portion which has wide boulevards and outdoor cafes, and the old town or Medina which has fortified walls with so much that it offers to tourists of all ages and nationalities. Kasbah of the Udayas is the most visited tourist attraction in this place. Number 8 in the list is Casablanca. While this place might not be as atmospheric as the other cities, it is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful places to visit in Morocco and the ideal representation of modernity. The city's stunning mosques buildings, which meld the French colonial design with the traditional Moroccan style, is the best thing to admire here. Owing to its awesome food and architecture, it is definitely among the best places to travel in Morocco. Hassan II Mosque is the most visited tourist attraction in Morocco. Number 9 in the list is Travellezer. If you always fancied the arid desert scenes in Hollywood movies, you'll be excited to know that some of your favorite desert classics may have passed through Morocco at some point during their filming. Morocco has been welcoming Hollywood directors since the 60s, and the town of Travellezer has been a hub of it all. If you love capturing the beautiful movements in your camera lenses, then this is surely one of the best places in Morocco for you. Cinema Museum is the beautiful tourist attraction in this place. Number 10 in the list is Marrakesh. Located north of the foothills of the Atlas Mountains, Marrakesh is the bustling city with a large Medina and one of the popular Morocco tourist attractions. From the central square to the El Badi Palace and the bustling souks of bazaars, there's a lot to do and see here. Shopping is one of the best things to do in Morocco, and Marrakesh the most ideal place for it. In fact, Marrakesh is also considered as the safest city to visit in Morocco beside Agadir. This is surely one of the best places to go in Morocco. Kotobia Mosque is the most visited tourist attraction in this place. So this was a list of top 10 tourist destinations along with the other information about Morocco. Hope you liked it. If you have any query or if you want to share any guidance for us, you can tell us in the comment section. That's all for this video. Thank you.
Many things have crossed my mind at the beginning. The beauty of the mosques and nature, the food and the cultural differences, and particularly that, as a woman, I would have to wear a headscarf everywhere. In this article, I will be sharing all you need to know before your first trip to Iran. The most important fact to keep in mind is Iranians are not Arabis, they are Persians, and the official language is Persian, which is also called as Farsi. The currency is quite an important thing to know. So the official currency of the country is Riyal. As far as the hotels to stay in Iran is concerned, traveling in Iran might be tricky when one is already used to book everything previously online from your phone. Not only for this reason, I consider traveling around with the help of a travel agent might be a good idea for the first time, but it will also make everything so much easier. For example, my favorite hotel to the trip was in Tehran, where I stayed the first and last night. Hanna Hotel is a beautiful boutique hotel in the business district in Iran, so you can choose it as well. And there are much other staying destinations are available which you can select when you are in Iran.
Similarly, as far as food is concerned, the large variety of ethnic groups and the neighboring culture influence in Iranian culture. The food in Iran is directly reflecting with a mix of products resulting in a unique flavor, combining dried fruits like raisins, apricots, and prunes with herbs, cinnamon, dried lime, and other much more things. The result is often a rich and home-loved tasting food. And food will be quite easier to find in your first traveling visit. Now if we look at the top 10 places to visit in Iran, the first in the list will be Tehran. Tehran is a busy metropolis set against the Alborz Mountains. This capital city offers one of the present of modern-day Iran. Popular as tourist destination, the city features both historical monuments as well as the dazzling skying, making it a melting point of both the ancient and the present-day Iran. There are a number of museums and places for one to explore and a hip cafe scene to chill out. If you wish to explore places around the city, then two interesting places to take day trips are Tochal and Darbat. The other tourist attractions of the city are the Grand Bazaar, National Museum of Iran, Gulistan Palace, and Sadabad Complex. Number 2 in the list is Tabriz. Rich in Azeri culture, Tabriz is known for its thriving bazaar, and if you're looking for places for shopping in Iran, then this should definitely be your list. Placed at the gates of paradise by the Bible, Tabriz has a fine historical heritage. With great transport facilities, the city is easily accessible, and the pleasant weather adds to one's wonderful experience of the city. The city is further known for its beautiful carpets and tea house hammamas. So you're excited to explore the city in Iran? Then El Goli, Blue Mosque, Bazaar of Tabriz, Azerbaijan Museum are the most beautiful tourist attractions, so you should must visit them as well. Number 3 in the list is Isfahan. A living museum of traditional culture, Isfahan is one of the top tourist destinations in Iran. The old Islamic buildings along with the Persian gardens giving this city a beautiful appeal. The picture postcard bridge are the highlights of the places in Iran. Imam Mosque and Sheikh Lutfullah Mosque are the biggest attractions along with the historic bazaar which brings visitors to this gem of a city. So do not forget to buy some local handicrafts from this city. Nakshe Jahan Square, Imam Mosque, Al Kapu Palace, Sheikh Lutfullah Mosque are the top tourist attractions in this city. Number 4 in the list is Shiraz. Once the Iranian capital, Shiraz is known for poetry and wine. It was also famous for its vineyards during the earlier days. If you are a connoisseur of either, you would love to spend time here. Housing major pilgrimage site for Iran's, the city also has lovely gardens and beautiful mosques. A city full of love, Shiraz would definitely be on your list if you are visiting Iran with your partner. Tomb of Hafiz, Waki Mosque, Waki Bazaar, and Nazar Garden are the top tourist attractions in this city. Number 5 in the list is Mashhad. The list of places to visit in Iran is incomplete without the mentioning of the city of Mashhad, the second largest city in the country and one of the holiest. Mashhad is a city worth visiting. Plan your holiday well because during Muslim holidays the city is completely booked months in advance, while during other times one can get great deals here. Also, if you're in town, do check the carpets and saffron in the markets here. Mashhad is known to have the best of them. Imam Reza Shrine, Baba Gurbad Tourist Complex, Golden Ark are the most important tourist attractions in this city. Number 6 in the list is Yazd. Walk along the winding lanes admiring the beauty of the mud brick houses in the city of Yazd, one of the best places to visit in Iran. Often missed out as not being the touristy one, but the city has a charm of its own. The old alleyways, holding within themselves centuries of history, have their own story to tell. A laid-back city, Yazd invites everyone to explore the maze of its lanes. Amir Jaham Complex, Jame Mosque of Yazd, Daulatabad Garden and Yazd are the most important tourist attractions in this city. Number 7 in the list is Kashan. Journeying from Tehran to Isfahan, Kashan is often overlooked, but it is one of the most beautiful places. An architectural gem, the archaeological findings say that the city was founded some 8,000 years ago. The historical houses here make it one of the best tourist towns in Iran. Also, it has some of the best traditional hotels to enjoy Iranian hospitality. Fin Gardens, Kashan Bazaar, historical houses like Bajredi, Abbasi, and Tapatidi are the most important tourist destinations in this city. Number 8 in the list is Ahvaz. Popularly known as the City of Bridges, Ahvaz is another one of the most important places to visit in Iran. These bridges, which have made the city famous, are built over the river Karun. The city is rich in ethnic diversity and is also known for its kind and warm-hearted people that are very hospitable. The city experiences mild and short winters, which are very beautiful. Karun River, Polesia, Pole Sufed, Ahvaz Waterfall, Chahar Shir Square are the most important tourist attractions in this city. Number 9 is Qom. Qom is a historic religious center in Shia Islamic world, as it is a burial place of Fatima, the sister of Imam Ali Reza. Her tomb was transformed into a beautiful gold domed shrine which is visited by thousands of pilgrims each year. Qom is located in north-central Iran on the banks of Morroco, which is a river. Number 10 in the list is Sari. Not widely known outside of Iran, Sari is a small town in the lush green province of Mazandaran on the Caspian Sea. Sari is the provincial capital and is located between the Alborz Mountains and Caspian coast. The city is noted for its natural beauty and orange groves and the Babad Sword natural spring. So, these were the top 10 tourist attractions and all the information regarding your tour to Iran. Now, if you have any guidance or you want any question or you have any queries, you can ask in the comment section. We'll try our best to answer. That's all for this video. Thank you.
When we talk about the eastern countries, when we talk about the southern part of Asia, when we talk about a country that was made on the basis of a religion, the country that should come in our mind is for sure none other than Pakistan. Pakistan is located in southern Asia, in which its neighboring countries are China, India, Iran, Afghanistan. So its strategic importance lies in its immense and beautiful landscape environment. The location and the geographical conditions of the country claims that it has been a part of one of the oldest civilizations in the world in the form of Indus Valley Civilization and Gandhara civilization. The country got its independence from British Empire and came into being as a result of partition from the Indian subcontinent. The country is extremely diverse in its cultural and other perspectives. Pakistan is considered as the most variant cultural place in the world. As part of a Sindhi culture, the nationals are belong to the Sindh province. When you talk about Punjabi and other languages like Saraiki and much more, you are a part of Punjab province of the country. And similarly, the Pashtuns are part of the KPK province of the country and Baloch are the part of the Balochistan province of the country. Pakistan is also famous for its controversial existence due to its neighboring country India, as the two countries are always in confrontation zone due to a part in the world called as Kashmir. When we talk about the languages, although Urdu is the only official language of Pakistan, English is the lingua franca of the Pakistani elite and most of the government ministries. so it is not uncommon for companies to use English as their internal business language. Along with these two languages, different people in different provinces of the country speak different languages. When we talk about the culture and society of the country, there are 97% Muslims, along with the minorities like Christian, Hindu, and other, including Sikh, comprise 3% of the total population of the country. Pakistan nation is considered as the most hospitable nation in the world. When we talk about the major celebrations, these are mostly belonging to the Muslim celebrations like Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, and other important occasional days in the Islamic culture. Along with that, Pakistan is considered as the most patriotic nation. So, different cultural days like Pakistan Day, Independence Day, Defense Day are also celebrated along the whole country. There are many other festivals like Basant, Uchal, Horse and Cattle Show, Diwali for Hindus, and much more. So now let's talk about the top 10 beautiful places to visit in the country called Pakistan. Number 1 in the list is Skardu. Turquoise waters, towering mountains, beautiful lakes, and generous people. Skardu has it all. Spend a day or two exploring the beautiful Kachura village, Shangri-La resort, and the sand dunes in Katpuna village. Enjoy an incredible experience watching the sunrise and sunset over the Indus River. To know the area's history, you can visit the 600 years old Harpucho Fort. Also, if you are fond of trekking, you can't help trekking through the glaciers to the base camps of some of the world's highest mountains, including K2, which is the second largest mountain in the world. Number 2 in the list is Kailash Valley. Nestled between the Hindu Kush mountain ranges and Chitral, these beautiful valleys are home to the indigenous and unique Kailash tribe. The mesmerizing beauty of the area, the meadows, and the unique architecture of the houses make this place worth exploring. The liberal Kailash people are said to be the descendants of the armies of Alexander the Great. So, do not miss the annual feast called Chulam Joshi if you're visiting the Kailash Valleys in May. Number 3 in the list is Islamabad. The romantic city of Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, is an excellent place for relaxation and sightseeing. The city is green all over, with beautiful roads and highways in a clean, calm, and scenic environment. You will enjoy exploring the moderately polluted city. Cultural heritage sites like Pakistan Monument, Lok Versa Museum, and Faisal Mosques are famous spots. Or you can simply hit the hiking trails in the picturesque and densely forested Maghra Hills. Also, to add the information, Islamabad is considered as the second most beautiful capital in the world after London. Number 4 in the list is Hunza. It's no secret that Hunza is home to liberal, helpful, and hospitable people. Number 4 in the list is Hunza. It's no secret that Hunza is home to liberal, helpful, and hospitable people. Nestled in the Morroco mountain range, Hunza comprises several colorful and stunning villages. There is so much like orchards, glaciers, a river, wooden bridges, and meadows skirted by rugged and snow-capped mountains, so you can witness a hypnotic sunset at Dukar, which is a small village perching over the valley. Number 5 in the list is Peshawar. Situated to the northwest of Islamabad, Peshawar is a beautiful city with a history dating back to the 17th century Mughal Empire. The city is famous among tourists for its historical places, shopping bazaars, and food. Simply stroll the streets and the markets of Peshawar and try to the famous charsi tikka for lunch in Namak Mandi. If you are fond of lamb meat, then do not miss the traditional dum pukht dish. Number 6 in the list is Gojal Valley. Head 20 kilometers to the north of Hunza on the Karakoram highway and you will find yourself in the beautiful Gojal Valley. Though in China's Xinjiang province, Gojal is home to beautiful lakes, rugged mountains, glaciers, and scenic villages. After driving north through some mountain tunnels, you'll arrive at the famous Atabad Lake in Shikat village. Among the Rocky Mountains, there is this lake that formed after a portion of the nearby mountains fell off, blocking the river flow. Known for its blue waters, this lake is an excellent place for taking Instagram pictures, jet skiing, and boating. Number 7 in the list is Naltar Valley, Gilgit. Around 1 hour and 40 minutes drive on the Karakoram highway from Gilgit city will take you to the Naltar. This is a remote valley and known for its sheer beauty and scenic atmosphere. Snow-capped peaks, landscapes, lakes, and expansive forests make Naltar worth a retreat. During the winter, Naltar Valley turns into a skiing mecca. The Pakistan Air Force manages the ski resort that attracts thousands of skiers from across the world each year. Number 8 in the list is Karachi, which is the capital of the province of Sindh and is the largest city and financial hub of the country. Beginning in 1947 in partition from the British rule when hundreds of thousands of Muhajirs from India sought refuge, the population has exploded down from 450,000 individuals to 14,910,352 individuals in 2017 census. Karachi is located in the coast of the Arabian Sea and is a financial and commercial center of the nation. It has the most beautiful views like the City of the Kite, the City of Lights, and its restaurants are famous all over the country. Number 9 in the list is Lahore. The old city of Lahore is known for an array of tourist sports and activities, such as historical sites, shopping places, and foods. For foodies, Lahore has endless options, but at the famous food street on MM Allen Road, you'll get to taste all the famous cuisines in one place. For people interested in history, art, and architecture, Lahore Fort is a must visit. The legendary Mahmud al-Ghazni built the fort in 11th century. A visit to Badshahi Mosque is yet another simple treat for tourists. Other places to visit in Lahore include Shalimar Gardens, Lahore Museum, Minar-e-Pakistan, and Wagah Border. And number 10 in the list is Gwadar. Think of the deep blue waters, wide mountains, beautiful sceneries, and sand dunes. That's what you'll get to see in Gwadar, the beautiful port city in Pakistan's Balochistan province. Get fascinating views of the clear waters of the Arabian Sea while watching over the Gwadar port. If that doesn't eternal you, head over to the famous Hammerhead, the mass of rock created as a result of a mud volcano eruption. Other mesmerizing tourist spots like Omara Beach, the Phoenix of Balochistan, the Province of Hope Statue, and the Hangul National Park are sure to delight you. So that was all for today's video. We hope to get reviews from you, and any guidance or you seek for any questions, please tell us in the comment section. Thank you.